Hey guys and welcome. In today's video I wanted to discuss and bring some news to you guys, which is a positive news in a sense, and I'm hoping that it will be positive when it launches. But there's been confirmation from DICE and EA in the creators sort of event that took place a couple of days prior to the beta, where essentially content creators were given early access to the beta, allowed to play it a bit early. I'm given some early details about the final build of the game and the release of the game as well. So it was mentioned in that creators meeting that Hazard Zone and Battlefield Portal were going to be launching with the game on November the 19th or November the 12th with early access. Now again, really good news. I'm really happy with that, because there was some rumors that Hazard Zone might have been delayed a couple of months due to the integration of Warzone taking place 4 days after the launch of the game. As of now, that doesn't seem to be the case, so we're going to be looking forward to playing Hazard Zone and Portal on the day that Battlefield 2042 will release, which again, I'm really happy with that. However, we've got a bit of discussing to do in this video, because I want to discuss the state of the game currently with the beta, and of course if we feel like a month is going to be enough for them to complete 3 full game modes in this game. Of course, there's no campaign in Battlefield 2042. There'll just be all-out warfare, which is what we're playing in the beta. Hazard Zone, which is like the Escape from Tarkov type game mode, and Portal, which is like a massive custom games with all of the different Battlefield and the franchise into one mode. Okay, so whilst editing this video, Tom actually tweeted out some details around the build of the game and the age of the build of the game, which I thought was really interesting, and I thought I needed to put it in here to obviously elaborate on it further and let you guys know how old this few-month-old version of the beta we're actually playing. So on screen right now, you'll see the tweet. Going into it, the build time of this is 15:06 PM. The build date is the 20th of September 2021. Now, it goes into saying a bit more detail. This doesn't mean that the build is only a few weeks old, but this is interesting to note that the build was not edited / changed in any way from its original September 21st release date. It goes on to say in a second tweet, the beta is a few months old, around 90 days-ish. A few months old comment was made on the 5th of October. The beta build created on the 20th September is a 15-day difference. 90 take away 15 equals 75 days. 5 more weeks to the launch equals 35 days, which means they've essentially got 110 days to fix the issues that we can see. So it isn't too bad, really. However, the version of the game necessarily isn't a few months old. As it states here, the build date, I mean, that could have been the date where the final fix was implemented ready for the beta. So the actual build of the game could be a couple of months old, but the last save build of the game after bug fixes or things like that that were potentially game breaking were implemented has been added, and then that's when the final version of the game was saved. So again, the game could be a couple of months old, but again, it could be a couple of weeks old. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Do we believe that 1 month from now is enough for them to complete 3 full game modes and launch 3 full game modes without them being broken? We haven't even played Hazard Zone. We haven't even played Portal yet. We've only played the 1 mode, and that mode is very rough. What's the status of the other 2 modes? I don't want to jump into Hazard Zone on the day that it releases thinking that I'm going to play something that's not going to be broken, or I'm playing something that's not going to have any problems, because I know for a fact after playing this game there's going to be a lot of problems with those 2 modes. Glitches, graphical glitches in the menus, glitches with doing the main story, glitches with looting, stuff like that, getting the dark market coins, accessing the black market. I know there's going to be a lot of problems with those modes, and it worries me. I'm going to be completely honest, it really does worry me. What do you guys think down below? My general question to you: do you think that Hazard Zone and Battlefield Portal should be launching at the launch of the game? And if they shouldn't be, do you think this game should be delayed even further? Again, we've only played the 1 map in All Out Warfare, which is Orbital. We've only played that 1 single map on Conquest with 128 players, so maybe it could just be tied down to this 1 map where the issues are. Maybe it could just be tied down to this 1 game mode, or it could just be All Out Warfare that's having the problems. However, the one thing you've got to also take into account is that Hazard Zone and Battlefield Portal share the same maps as All Out Warfare do. So Hazard Zone maps will be based around the maps that are in the game currently. There are no designated maps for Hazard Zone, so we will be playing Orbital in Hazard Zone. We will be playing Orbital in Battlefield Portal. So if it's tied down to the maps, those issues could carry on over to these additional game modes, which is again where a problem is going to be. For me, this game doesn't feel as polished and finished as what I expected to a month before launch. And bearing in mind, this game was meant to actually launch on the 12th of October. As of recording this, it's currently the 8th of October. Imagine if this game launched in 4 days. Do you think it would have been in a good state to launch the game, or do you think it would have been in a playable state to launch for 3 full game modes? I really really don't. And I'm glad they have delayed it an extra month. But my question is an extra month long enough? Look, at Battlefield 2042's core, I feel like the game is great. I feel like it has a lot of potential. I really, really do. I feel like the gunplay when it works is great. I feel like the movement is a bit of a rip-off from COD and Battlefield 5 and tried to merge them together and tried to make something new. Again, it is good. I do like the fluidity of the movement. I think it needs to be tweaked a little bit, but at its core, I think it is good. And I think it looks beautiful. I think the game looks absolutely amazing. Stunning, in fact. On PC with high graphics, on PlayStation and also Xbox Series S or an X, I think it looks absolutely stunning. Even on previous gen, they've done a really good job. So I can only applaud them for it because they've absolutely smashed it out of the park. But that's it. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below and on screen right now for a video I did a couple of days ago, which is essentially my review of the game, and a lot of people agreed with all of my thoughts and opinions on the game. So go check it out if you guys wanted a full review of the beta and what was broken, good, and really bad about the game. But again, for me, I feel like this game needs longer than a month. I really do. I feel like this game needs longer than a month delay, and especially for the sake of Hazard Zone and also for Portal. If Battlefield want to compete with Warzone, Apex, Fortnite, those types of games, they seriously need to think about launching this game in November and potentially pushing it back, even if it's in December or January, February, or March. They need to really think about what's going to be best for the player, what's going to be best for this game, because I want this game to do well. I really want to base my channel around this game when it comes out. What's going to be best for the player in this aspect, or what's going to be best for the game? If they release it in November, is it going to be fixed? Is it going to be polished enough? It probably will be a lot more polished than what it is now. And bearing in mind, we are playing a version of the game which is a couple of months old. Yes, I know. But again, this version, why would you release a version of this game which puts a sour taste in people's mouths? I mean, it could be a case that the version that's completely brand new at this moment in time that's being played by developers is completely fixed. It's polished. All these issues are completely fixed. And fair enough. If that's the case, then fine. Happy with that. But one of the interesting tweets I wanted to put on screen as well was one by Tom earlier on this morning, and he goes into detail around potentially having a second beta. This isn't like confirmed, this is just like his thoughts and opinions of having a second beta to showcase a newer build of the game, one that gives us hope for the release in November, because I do feel like the version of the beta they have put out again leaves a sour taste in people's mouths. They're kind of like, the hype that was there about this game is kind of, it's still there, but it's kind of a bit wary now. Like, is it going to be good when it launches? Like, what's the status of the game? Like, is Hazard Zone and Portal going to be fixed, or is it going to perform just like this? Because if it performs like this, bro, people are just going to leave it and play Warzone. And again, that's a big risk, launching the game and all three of its core game modes 4 days before the Warzone integration, knowing that Warzone is going to have a brand new map 4 days after the launch of Battlefield 2042 is a big risk, launching it on that day. So if that game launches broken, if those 3 modes are unplayable or in the states that they are at the moment when it launches, no one is going to stick on Battlefield. People are going to move straight back over to Warzone, and it's going to be another year of Warzone until this mode is fixed. They need to generate hype when it launches, and they need to launch with momentum. Put out a game which is going to blow everyone away at launch and have that momentum going into Season 1 of Warzone, so that people that are recording and playing Warzone for content and things like that are thinking, you know what, actually, I might jump on Warzone for 1 or 2 games, but then I'm going to jump straight back on Hazard Zone because I'm loving it. That's the momentum and things that they want to have. I think it's inevitable that people are going to play the new Warzone map anyway, because of course Warzone is huge. It's the draw, it's the pullback that Battlefield need to try and get right. They need to give someone an incentive to think, yeah, I'm going to play 1 game of Warzone, then I'm jumping straight back on Battlefield because I'm having a whale of a time. I want to go and try and get that new armor piece, or I want to go back into Hazard Zone and try and take out my AIs and complete my challenges. That's the balance that they need to get right, and I really hope that they do prove us wrong on that. I really want this game to do well, and I'm sure everyone watching this video has clicked on it because they're excited that Hazard Zone is launching with the game, and everyone wants this to do well. I just hope they get it right. Guys, let me know down below in the comments section what you think of this news. Are you happy with Hazard Zone launching with the game alongside Battlefield Portal as well? For me, again, I'm happy. I wanted it to launch with the game. At the same time, though, if it's not ready, I would be happy with it to be delayed. Just for my pure excitement around the game, of course, I'm happy that it's launching with the game and we get to play it all at once on day 1. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed today's video, guys. Drop a like on the video if you have. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. As I said, leave the comment section as a discussion point for everyone watching this video. Go and discuss with each other in the comments down below what we all think of this situation. I'm experiencing a version of the beta which is a couple of months old. Do we feel like the developers have had enough time to resolve all of these issues within the final version of the game? And do we feel like a month essentially is long enough to be? And do we feel like in a month's time this game is going to be perfect? Or not perfect, but you know what I mean. Do we feel like it's going to be in a state where people are going to be able to. And we feel like that in a month's time, that's going to be enough time for developers to polish everything that they need to about the game. Anyway, let me know down below in the comments, guys. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. Drop a like if you have, subscribe if you're brand new, ring that notification bell to stay up to date when a video does go live. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the beta. We'll see you all in the next one.